Good time. Bryson will get in. He's gonna give us his picks and stuff. So,
His picks and locks. I was the only one getting the lock right this week.
yeah, my game. Freaking Pittsburgh got blown out, man.
That's two. Yeah, I know it was weird. Two
If you
weeks
do
in a row.
join, say what's up. Say what's up. We'll be live. I mean, we'll start here in a second. Um, yeah, if Pittsburgh could have done anything, I mean anything.
I don't want no fucking fantasy.
And I'm almost that might be that's what I'm considering again this week.
Hey, does Stu Quavius beat
Um,
Clay?
that I'm yeah, I was going to talk about that. He's here. Clay's here. He's in there.
Oh yeah. Well, why don't he get in on it?
Dinner. No, don't.
Oh, you calling her?
I didn't mean to. Now he might come in. I don't know in a little bit.
Yeah. Well, you
He's
got
in
me thanks to a late touchdown that was pointless in that one
there.
game. Damn it.
Yeah. Dude, that's wild. How your picture worked perfect. Preston's I don't know what happened to Preston's. Look wild. His is like cut off.
Oh,
or
you
something.
want to know something real freaking
But I had a better picture for you.
coincidental, but not funny at all to me is that
What?
Preston text that I look like Ryan Day. And I just
does.
go in there, and I just go in there and show Kayla the picture. I'm like, look, this is gonna be on the intro tonight. He done a face swap with Kayla DeBoer, and I put it up to her. You know what she says? You look like that Ohio coach.
You gotta do look like
What?
Ryan Day. Hold
No, dude, my face don't blush like that. What the
up.
hell?
Maybe just because of him, yeah. Maybe I think it's just because of what he's wearing, and then
The beard,
Little
and everything.
Coverage.
yeah, I think it's just all in general.
Man, did you see that line, that Georgia Tech line?
Yeah, that's a lot of points.
Damn, that's a lot of points. 19 points? God damn. What about Michigan, Ohio State at 21? That's a lot, too.
Yeah, that's all a lot of points.
I'm trying to find me a lock of the week.
All right, take time. We're gonna start here in a second. If you did join, say what's up. Bryson, you in here? Send out the stream. We got to get what's his name in here? Old Carolina fan.
What?
I know he's not gonna join. I know Graham. All your Carolina fans will got to see him in the chat.
Bring it.
Game's gonna be very interesting. Very interesting.
So I got home today from work. I left work around like 1:15, 1:20ish.
Mm-hmm.
I got done. I got everything done. I left the office, came home, brought some leftover food, put it in the fridge. Well, I ate some, put the rest in the fridge. I left to go to Walmart to pick up some stuff for Thanksgiving tomorrow because I'm going to my dad's tomorrow. And he was like, "Hey, everything's covered. I just need you to bring a charcuterie board so that we, just like as an hors d'oeuvre kind of deal." And I said, "Sounds great." Picked some up on Monday. I didn't have what I was looking for, so I went back. They restocked. Picked up the last little things I needed. Came home, started watching a Netflix show. Was a little tired. I was like, you know what? I don't really feel like watching Netflix. Let me just, turn the TV off and doze off for just a second. Boy, let me tell you, that was like at 4:00. I didn't have an alarm or anything set. I just like woke up to my pitch black room. I so confused. I didn't know what the hell was going on. I had like 30 or 40 mixed text messages. I was in a group chat. Then you texted. My buddy texted me because the Canes are playing. I was like, what day is it? Like, where am I at?
I've never been a napper. I've never been a napper. If you
Me
do join,
neither.
say what's up in the chat. We're gonna start here in just a second. Say what's up. Let us know who's out there tonight. Got some big games this week. Playoffs starting soon, so it's gonna be interesting. There he is.
All right, I found my lock there.
All right, you good? Everybody good?
Is it what conference is your lock in?
In the SEC.
Okay, we're good.
We'll wait because yeah.
Oh wait, mine's in the SEC too.
We'll wait, and then Yeah, can,
I wrote mine down in red pen, but
Oh, you think that means it's
all right, I'll
official?
pick Josh. Josh will go first.
Hey, I
shit.
almost took that Purdue plus 29.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
are you, dude? You're right there on top of where I'm looking at on mine.
29. I'm like, whoa, that's a lot.
Is the team
Yeah,
that
I
you
got a
picked
couple I wrote
home
down.
or away this week?
Who?
Your lock of the week.
My lock of the week is at home.
I'll be honest with you. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Are they wearing yellow?
He's not here. He's got the flu, Ryan.
I don't know.
He's down for the count.
Sometimes they wear yellow. Imagine they wear black.
Oh shit! Are you taking the Arkansas Missouri game?
Yeah.
Dude, son of a bitch! That's literally my lock.
All right. Well, you better be looking while we keep going. Because the person that's
when you said Purdue, Indiana, I was like, oh shit, that's literally right on top of
all right. What was I gonna say?
Well, I got the locks right the past 2 weeks. I'm the only one, so I think I should.
I'll let you have it.
Oh, wait,
what
I had like
4 weeks
before that. Cut me a damn.
Dude, I was gonna say we, as bad as we've been, we all should just be. We need to be a collective unit here. If you think somebody's lock sucks, speak up and say it. That's all I'm saying. Somebody's got to speak up tonight.
I bet if you counted my locks versus y'all's locks, I have more.
I think you probably have. That's probably true. But I don't know. I think we've all had bad weeks. Though. I think it's all been like
we have.
We've all like been scattered. I might be towards the bottom. I don't know. All right. Everybody good?
Not yet.
You gonna pick another lock?
Yeah, I'm looking for it now. Josh stole my pick.
All right. Well, don't tell us. Just find one, and we're gonna start here in just a second. Bryson, you got everything, I'm guessing. Bryson's gonna throw his picks in the chat. Hope everybody's gonna have a good Thanksgiving. Preston, I'm surprised you. I was surprised. I thought you might be headed to Atlanta.
Hell about that.
I go to Atlanta on Friday.
He sent the best birthday ever. God,
you can still give him hell. He's in the chat.
Damn, Bryson. I was rooting for you. I was happy for you, and then you had to say something like that, man. God dang.
What did he say?
Talking about because Alabama lost.
Because Alabama lost, he said the best birthday ever.
Yeah.
No. What did he say? What he said? I'm not.
You're not what?
Maybe he's talking about Thanksgiving. I don't know. He's down for the count at Thanksgiving. I'm sure he's gonna be at the house.
Done went down to the swamp, came back with the flu. God dang.
Yeah, his cousin got the flu too. They all got the flu in the swamp.
They need to damn sanitize that place, man.
Not going to have a good Thanksgiving.
It's a cesspool.
You'll be all right. You'll be all right in a couple days.
I did get a new cord that goes from my mixer to my computer. So
just stay away from here for a few days, and then I don't want no damn flu. I can tell you that.
I've had a rough week. My baby's been sick.
Knock on wood. I feel like I don't get sick too often. It's always the same time.
Say that.
It's always and it's always the same time of the year.
I don't either, but man,
I was sick.
My daughter.
What was the game? The beginning of the season this year. That was it Florida State LSU again, or who was playing first game of the year? I've been sick that same time. It was the same time the last 2 years. Been sick. He said, "Go to Gainesville."
Hey, whatever the hell you guys are doing.
He said, "Got Gainesville-itis."
Yeah.
You good, Preston?
Yeah.
All right, here we go, everybody. We're going live, recording for the podcast. If you do join, say what's up. Comment in the chat here. Here we go. I don't know if we can get there.
Oh, you didn't know?
What you think of? Was he a quarterback?
Your ass better call somebody.
Texas would never be back. I'm putting that shit on my grave. Horns down on my grave, son.
Dabo is going to wheel his boys to a big victory this coming Monday.
A big victory. It's damn Georgia Tech.
That game ain't a top 50 game, man.
South Carolina gonna go in there and they're gonna get de-spurred.
Shout out to the boys again, going another 4-0 on the parlay, hitting again. 8-0. We are 8-0 on the season. If you listen to the podcast, you want to win some money, tune in.
No dogs.
No Tigers.
Roll Tide, roll RMFT, roll motherfucking Tide.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the College Football Weekly Matchup Week number 14. We almost got the whole crew here tonight, missing one. One is down for the count this Thanksgiving. Man, he went to Gainesville, and supposedly he got the, what did he say, the Gainesville-itis. Down for the count, got the flu in Gainesville. Got a big win, but, hey, he paid the price. But, yeah, Bryson, hope you get better soon. Hate you can't get out for Thanksgiving, but at least you get to sit at home, I guess. Relax. I know you're sick, but anyway, had a great week of college football. Getting down, it's hard to believe we're getting so late in the season. I mean, it's coming down, and it's coming down to the wire. It's going to be an interesting playoff. Don't know who's going to make it, really. Got some teams that are still in it that, you just don't know what's going to happen. Josh, here with us. I know, it was a rough week last week for you, but there's still a shot. There is still a shot. It's Alabama. You say no. I very well think there
shouldn't be a shot.
There shouldn't be, but there still is. How was your week? I know it wasn't great.
I don't care that Oklahoma had 2 weeks to prepare and they got a legit defense. And, 4 of the 5 games that they've lost, they very well could have won. Only game they really got manhandled in was Texas. Tennessee really controlled most of the game, but the score was kind of close. But yeah, Alabama was very disappointing to see the play calling. Jalen Milroe's attempt at the tackle after he threw an interception that led to a pick six. Like I just don't know what this team was thinking. I don't know, they wasn't ready. With everything on the line that was on the line, seems like you would have everything ready, and when it's not working, you'd be able to make some in-game adjustments. The coaches have got to get with the program, the players. At times this season, this team looks like a championship caliber team, and then at other times they look like a 6-6 team. I've never seen such a Jekyll and Hyde team before, but it's been a better part of 17 years since we've had a new coach. So I am cutting them some slack. A new coach, new coaching schemes, new defensive scheme. Maybe they overachieved in some aspects a little bit this year. I don't know what to say about Alabama except for it was very disturbing to only score 3 points.
We got another one here in the chat. He is in the other room at the moment. Josh, he says, shout out to Stu winning the fantasy football.
Clayton's there. He's not on it.
Yeah, he's in there. He's in there. He's family's in there. But
he needs to go sit down here on the couch.
He'll come in here. He'll probably come in here in a minute. Anyway, yeah, rough time for Alabama. I don't know, but hey, it's gonna be interesting. Like I said, it's gonna be interesting. I know as much as you don't want to see him. It's gonna be very interesting. Preston, you got a chance, to win this week and possibly get in the playoff. I mean, I would say maybe win and you're in.
I feel pretty confident it's win and you're in for Clemson at the moment. I mean, it's definitely no easy task. I mean, they're playing a very good South Carolina team this weekend. So, it's going to be an uphill battle, but, one, I'm excited for it. And in theory, technically, if we lose to South Carolina, it's a close game, and somehow Syracuse beats Miami, Clemson gets to play for the ACC championship game. And, at that point, even if they won, I don't think they'd get a bye, but they'd still be in the playoff as that 5th team. So there's 2 opportunities for Clemson to make it. I'm super excited about it. I was at a wedding all day Saturday last week, so I didn't watch any football for the most part. But I got to watch a lot of highlights.
Married? Whoever got married, God, I'd hate those people.
It was a great week to get married.
Yeah.
In theory, it was a great week because
true. It could have been worse games. They could have got married like October 8th or something.
Yeah. If it was a lot of like top 10 matchups, I'd have been like, oh, I'm sick, can't go. But it was my boss, great buddy of mine. I was super happy to be there. Love him to death. But yeah, it was a great Saturday. I said Clemson needed some chaos, to happen in front of them to give them a realistic chance. And lo and behold, there was a lot of chaos. There's been a lot of chaos the last couple weeks.
A lot of chaos, and there's still a chance for more.
And that's what I love about this new form of college football. There's so much parity. I think the talent is spread out, a little more evenly across college football. So you're going to have more weeks like this. And this would have been unheard of a couple of years ago. But we've had a back-to-back weeks. We've had a handful of top 15, top 25 teams, go down in games. We didn't expect it. And, it's pretty impressive. I've enjoyed it. My Tigers, not playing the greatest football right now, but, we're going into a rivalry game, scratch all that, pin your ears back, and let's play.
Josh, did you see Nick Saban on the Pat McAfee show talking about the conferences and stuff? Did you see any of that?
What did he say?
There's a whole clip. He was talking about, talking about how he didn't want to say Alabama, so he said Ole Miss, their two losses or their losses have came, and just the conference, the strength of the conference and the SEC, and was talking about that and kind of saying what I thought I've been saying all along. Somehow they need to make it where, some of these, like he was just saying, what if Ole Miss was in the Big 12,
Yeah,
stuff like that, different things.
This is what I think. If there is some chaos that happens, and not saying that South Carolina is going to beat Clemson, but if they do beat Clemson, then they should jump Alabama and get in for beating Clemson. That's by the way they're playing right now.
I just think
if Alabama wins the Iron Bowl, that's not a significant enough win like it would be beating Clemson. But
I'm sorry, could you say that again for me?
There could be some.
For me?
This year it's not a significant enough win as beating the ranked Clemson team.
It'd be different.
But there is some other things that can happen, in SMU and Miami, Notre Dame at USC. There's some things that could happen up in the front.
Yeah. I think it all, and even like you've seen baseball and stuff like that. Some teams, when they're hot, when they're playing well towards the end of the season, you've seen that with South Carolina. It all matters how you're playing.
They're playing good right now.
Playoffs.
So, this 2 years ago.
I think they should have a shot. They've been playing. They've been one of the hottest teams in college football. Why not? Alabama has not. Neither has some of the other teams that are in that spot. Give them a chance.
They've showed some consistency, and they should not have lost the LSU game.
But honestly, I was looking at the bracket today. You put Carolina at 12. Some of those teams. I think they could squeak by and, make a run. Really, if they play in their best football, is it a possibility Georgia and South Carolina can play in the national title game? That would be wild. That would be wild.
Or just even in a playoff game in general. That
would be wild. We didn't get to play.
I just don't think they need to pin up, two SEC teams against each other in the first round.
Yeah.
The committee will do a good job of making sure the matchups make the most sense for the most money.
Yeah, most money, travel-wise and stuff like that. And,
Wow, but not realistic.
They say it isn't a factor, but we all know it's a factor.
You say really not realistic. Like, honestly, who is the best team in college football? I don't think nobody can answer that with a pure, I think anybody can win. Really. Besides, not anybody.
To me, if there was a 14 playoff, I would be fine with Ohio State, Oregon, Texas, and Georgia.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be fine with that,
too. I've always been under the same assumption every single year.
Those 4 teams.
There's always only 2 or 3 teams that are really good enough to actually win it all.
I think those 4 teams are just a little bit above everybody else.
I don't know, man. I just don't.
I think, the cream's going to rise to the top.
I don't agree with that. I'm a Georgia fan. I don't agree with that with Georgia. I think Georgia can drop a game. I think Georgia could lose Friday night.
I don't think. I don't.
Texas can too.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Texas
especially teams like
Texas. If Texas loses, are they going to be knocked out of the playoffs?
And I hate Notre Dame. I absolutely hate Notre Dame.
If they lose either game, are they going to be knocked out of the playoffs? I don't know if the loser of the SEC championship game, unless it's Texas A&M, will be knocked out. I don't know if Georgia losing the SEC championship game to Texas or Texas A&M is going to knock them out of the playoffs.
Committee chair said that the loser of a championship game is not going to be penalized, but I find it hard to believe that you go into a championship game. I get it. You're playing an extra game. It's an extra data point, but I think there is a consequence to lose. I mean, but at the same time, it's hard to, penalize somebody for making it to a conference championship game. If Texas were to beat, is Texas already locked into it? Is Georgia the only team that's locked in?
Georgia's the only one. The winner of the Texas A&M game gets in. So say Texas A&M beats Texas and gets into the SEC championship game, gets beat by Georgia. Texas A&M's out of it.
What if Texas A&M wins? Then they obviously would get that first round bye.
If they win, then they probably would get the first round bye. But I don't think it would knock Georgia. I think Georgia's in regardless, as long as they beat Georgia Tech.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I mean, it's wild. I'm just ready to see it. I don't know what's going to happen. We're going to talk more next.
When has Georgia ever played on a Friday night?
Yeah.
They wanted Clemson to do it.
Kirby was talking about that, about how it's changed up their schedule a little bit this week, and all the years he's ever been there or coach, he's never had to prepare a team to play on a Friday night. But yeah, I think it's going to be the Georgia game may be closer than the spread.
Somebody's asking, Jason's asking, is it true if team loses the first round of playoff, it misses out on a bowl game? I think
that is their bowl game.
That is the bowl game.
I think there is a bowl game, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a regular playoff like it was last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
What was I going to say? No, it's going to be interesting. I say next week, when we come in here next week, because next week we should have our, who we think is going to make it, because that'll be the last week, right, until we know. That'll be next week. Will be the last week until we know, right?
Yeah, December the 8th, that Sunday.
I think next week we come in, with our 12, who we think is going to get in.
Now, is this the last? This is the last week of our pick'ems, right?
Because what's next week? Next week's just Army now.
No, it's championship week. The next week.
The next week's championship week.
Are we doing?
Do we usually do championship week?
I can't remember.
I think we do championship week. I think we'll keep championship week, and once we get to the bowls,
we got 2 weeks left. Then
I say 2 weeks. Yep. We got.
There's not many games to pick from when you do a championship week.
That's fine. Yeah, we usually do champion. We usually do championship week. We just do all the main championships. That's how we usually do it. And if it's more than 5, it's more than 5. That's what we usually do.
Okay.
He said, "Okay, Carolina fan here, not used to getting this far." I don't know. Yeah, I didn't know either. Anyway, let's recap some stuff. A couple things before we get into the games. Josh, we talked about it a little bit, but Bama only putting up 3 to Oklahoma. I mean, do you have any other thoughts? I mean, what's going on there?
I mean, like I said, it's just not good preparation. I'm going in and taking the opponent lightly. Senior day for Oklahoma, 2 weeks to prepare. Their defense zeroed in on Milroe. Early in the fourth quarter, Milroe made a great pass, great catch for a touchdown by Ryan Williams, and then some bogus call gets called.
That was bogus.
It was the most bogus call to erase one of the best touchdown catches I've ever seen. It could have lit a spark, could have made some type of fourth quarter comeback that would have put us down 14 with 14 to go. But they were just beating us in the trenches. Our defense only gave up 10 points. The other 7 was a pick 6. The first touchdown that they scored was off an interception where they only had like 25 yards to go for a touchdown right before half, which made it 10-3 at half. And we come out and throw an interception right there in the third quarter. It was just, I don't know. It was pitiful. They definitely need to answer back this week. You got some Auburn players giving some bulletin board material, chirping around a little bit. So we'll see. I don't know if y'all seen it. That linebacker, freshman linebacker, saying that Ryan Williams is a nobody. He ain't special, ain't a special player, and said that he could beat Jalen Milroe in a foot race.
Yeah. Do they have any chance if they do make it? Do they have any chance?
If they get. I mean, if they
just don't want to line up against them, they got a lot of talent.
I mean, that's the thing. Like, you can't play down to your competition and take
Yeah.
your competition lightly, and that's what they did against Vanderbilt. That's what they did against Oklahoma.
There's no Bryson. I ain't losing no damn Florida State. Florida State's awful.
I don't know what they put up like 40-something points last week for the first time all season. It's scored more than
Really?
20 points.
Hey,
The Tomahawk is back.
Michigan scored 50.
We'll move on a little bit. Preston, I know you said you didn't watch much, but Florida upsetting Ole Miss 24-17. Any thoughts on Florida getting a big win and Ole Miss getting knocked
No,
out?
it's awesome, man. I mean, Florida's helping us out. They've done that, I think, twice now. Knocking off a team, that's higher ranked. So, I mean, look, I think Florida is finding themselves in a really good spot. I mean, a couple weeks ago, they reassured that the coach is going to be there. They make the commitment. He's going to be our coach for next year. Florida, we all have seen it. They have a lot of talent on that field. They just haven't been able to put it together. We saw it earlier in the season when they played Tennessee, and they almost won that game. A couple things didn't go their way. They ended up losing. Well, they just keep working at it and putting it together. That talent finally starts playing for 60 minutes, and they win versus Ole Miss on Saturday. I think Florida's finding themselves in a position where they're able to build off of this, build this momentum. They could potentially in a season where even Bryson will admit making a bowl game was huge. Well, they've got a bowl game now. They can beat Florida State, really, use this to propel themselves in the next season. I think Florida's in a really good spot right now. I know Bryson's super excited about it. I think it's cool to see, to be completely honest. And I love that they knocked off Ole Miss. That took another team down for us and, opened that door just a little bit more for my Tigers.
Bryson commented in the chat. He said we did get 4 votes to be ranked, and he said we just flipped a 4-star linebacker from USC. Josh, any thoughts on Florida? I heard someone say Florida right now, playing wise, they think they're a top 15 team in the country. I don't know.
They are playing lights out. They're like Preston said, they're putting it together right now. They're really starting to gel as a team. Lagway's playing really well. Earlier in the season they had Graham Mertz and little quarterback controversy whenever some fans seen Lagway, and maybe Napier should have went with Lagway to begin with from the start of the season. But yeah, they're playing good. Ole Miss went in there and got beat. I'm happy for Florida. I know some other Florida fans. I'm happy for them and Bryson as well. Florida's looking good right now. I don't know about being a top 15 team. Maybe so. Definitely, I think they're a top 25 team right now.
Yeah. Sorry, Clovis texted me back.
That Florida brand's got some heat behind them right now. It's cool to see.
So I was thinking today on my way home, or I was at home. I was just thinking. I was like, man, I was thinking about Alabama and what they, what's conspired over this year, and I was like, man, it could be a Florida State situation. That made me feel better, a little more optimistic about being an Alabama fan. Could be a Florida State fan.
Yeah.
That's just the most horrible turnaround I've ever seen.
What's the chances they face Alabama or
they
somebody faces
Florida State?
Colorado in a bowl game.
Oh, who?
Alabama.
Face who?
Colorado. I don't know. They could.
It'd be interesting.
But I think, if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure that Florida State and Alabama play each other to start the season next year.
That'd be interesting. Anyway, let's get into the last few things before we get into our player of the week and go into the games. Auburn knocking off. I put Ole Miss. Auburn played A&M. Auburn knocking off A&M 43-41. 4 overtimes. Dude drops a pass in the end zone. Wow, Josh, any thoughts there?
Yeah, let me tell you that they costed that game. First of all, I want to point out that this is how little brother syndrome Auburn has. They were up 21-0, right? Mm-hmm. They give up the lead. It's 31-28. that game is well in question if they're going to win. And they pop up the Oklahoma-Alabama score in their stadium, and their fans go wild. You just gave up a 21-point lead. You're down by 4 or 3. You're down by 3 late in the fourth quarter. So Texas A&M's coach is an idiot. He is an idiot, dude. Auburn's down there trying to score. Have no timeouts. And there's 16 seconds, and damn Texas A&M calls a timeout, man. 16 seconds, no timeout, right on the goal line, and Texas A&M calls a timeout. Well, I mean, why would you do that? Like, if they were going to run a play. They were reeling. They were going to run a play. Who knows what would have happened? I mean, I don't know. I don't think he called a timeout in that position right there. But yeah, they rushed the field. They got crazy. And did you know that when you rush the field, that the money goes to the other school?
What do you mean? What do you like?
So you get fined by the SEC. The money is
Oh
distributed.
yeah. I heard because it doesn't happen with the Arizona State game or something.
Alabama has received almost a $500,000 this year from Oklahoma. Rushed the field twice. So
yeah, if I was Kirby or somebody, if I was out there, I said, "Come on, rush
yeah,
the field."
yeah. I mean, that's $500,000 Alabama's received from teams rushing the field. Tennessee, Vanderbilt,
yeah.
Oklahoma, but Oklahoma. So the rushing the field thing, real quick. Oklahoma rushed the field twice, but they rushed the field. There was 28 seconds left on the clock. Arizona State fans rushed the field. The clock says 0, even though they had to get off and add 1 second. You got to give those fans credit. The clock read 0. Oklahoma fans are idiots, dude. The clock said 28 seconds, and they rushed in the field.
No.
But yeah, a bunch of people were damn rushing the field, buddy. Auburn,
Yeah.
Oklahoma, Arizona State, man.
got
People rushing fields this year.
Bryson saying, or Clay saying in the chat, that mayo
Yes.
butter beans tomorrow.
Yes. Put your little mayonnaise packet in your pocket, buddy.
Bryson saying they had heavy security at Florida with ARs out there. They had cops with ARs. That's what they're saying. Anyway, Preston, Auburn knocking off A&M in that tight game. Also had Kansas ending Colorado's path to the playoffs, 37-21. Any thoughts there?
I mean, honestly, it's just one of those things I didn't see coming on Colorado's side. I thought for sure they'd get by.
Been hot, man.
Kansas been hot. They've now got 3 ranked wins in a row as the underdog. They've been putting it up and putting it down at the same time. That game last Saturday was played in Arrowhead because Kansas Stadium is under renovation. So I think it's just culmination of events there that kind of led to an upset. But the Auburn game, I mean, Auburn, that's just a tough place to play. I mean, Josh knows about it, and we all know about it as well. You got to play, even if that team's got 2 wins on the entire season, you got to play like it's lights out, because for some reason that stadium just holds some negative energy for the away team. But I mean, it's like I said, it's good to see. I'm excited for it.
Josh, any thoughts there on the Colorado? I mean, Kansas is that team now that we thought they were going to be all season, but they hadn't been.
The one of the thoughts is the dirty hit on Shadur Sanders. That was ugly. Yeah. Shadur Sanders taking a sack, pushing the referee. That was. I mean, that he should have been ejected for that. But yeah, I mean, Kansas's players, they were ready, and they let it be known that they were ready, and that all the talk that Colorado does. I mean, they don't help themselves any. That's not, they don't help themselves any by all that talk they do.
It does seem like Deion's good to stay. I don't know, but Deion, they recruited Julian Lewis, so
yeah, they got Julian Lewis, and like I said, I watched him play. Dude's legit. I thought he might have went to go to Georgia, because he went over to Athens and watched the game and had a visit over there, but he's going to Colorado, but. I don't know. I'm assuming Deion's going to stay at Colorado, but I do. Deion Sanders real upset that Travis Hunter's not nominated for the Jim Thorpe Award.
Jerry Jones offers enough money. I'm telling you, never know.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but like I said, Deion Sanders upset about Travis Hunter not
Yeah.
offering the Jim Thorpe Award. His numbers ain't even up there in the top 10 as a defensive back.
Yeah, I saw that.
I think what
Yeah, I
he's
saw
doing
that.
is so cool. I really do. But on the offensive and defensive side, he's not even the best at his position.
I
He's
had
not
him in
doing
mind.
either one
I
of
saw
them.
somewhere. Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. I saw somewhere they had him minus 1,000 to win the Heisman. I mean, that's wild.
Like
That
Genty is
is
going
crazy.
crazy.
What so I just don't understand. Like, if a wide receiver winning the Heisman Trophy, what was it, Devontae Smith? I mean, he was nominated for the Biletnikoff or whatever the top wide receiver. You know,
Yeah,
he had. I mean, I just don't see. I mean, Travis Hunter's an elite athlete. He should have stuck to one side of the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he's doing good things. He's been, pretty good on both sides of the ball. But
I just don't know if he's gonna last in the NFL. Like he says he wants to play both ways. It's just not gonna happen in the NFL. But sorry, I watch these games every Sunday. No way are you gonna be able to do that. FBS college level football that he's playing right now is 100 miles an hour. NFL is 1,000 miles an hour. There's a reason that only 1% of college athletes or college football players go to the NFL. There's a reason.
Yeah.
It's the best of the best,
All right, let's get in, and then we'll get to the games here in just a second. Does anybody got a player of the week?
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
sir.
What y'all got?
Go ahead,
I'm gonna go first because you already stole my lock of the week.
You're probably about to steal my player too.
All right. Well, I hope so. Payback. So I'm going to take the running back for Kansas, Devin Neal.
Motherfucker.
Let's go. Yeah, 3 touchdown performance, 37 carries, 207 yards. Huge performance versus a ranked Colorado team. That was the boost they needed to put them over the Colorado. So that's my player of the week. Play great.
That's who you got, Josh.
That's who I had, but I'll take somebody else.
What else you got? I forgot to write one down, so I'm looking real quick.
Let me just go and give props where it's due. Let me take Jackson Arnold with 25 carries and 131 rushing yards against Alabama.
Can't believe you did that one. You know what? I'm going to go with it just because I got a big win, and he's been kind of hurt all year. Bryson, I'm going to give you a shout out here. Montrell Johnson, 107 yards and a touchdown. No, not great, but he's been hurt all season. Was the top running back coming into the season. Has been the top running back last season with ETN. Coming back from injury, great game there. So good game running the football. Also, Badger had a good game there. So shout out to Florida getting the big win. All right, let's get into rant. Anybody got a rant before we get into the games? There's only a couple things I want to say. Anything? Well, mine wasn't. I say that mine was not a rant. I want to give something. We always shout out. I'm on. If you guys ever, instead of a rant, if you want to shout out, I'm gonna do that at this time. I'm gonna shout out one thing we mentioned earlier: Stu Quavius Bennett beating Clay undefeated in the fantasy league. Shout out to him. He's been texting all week, so got to see that. Glad to see that. Clay falling. Josh, I was able to knock you off too, so glad to see that in the playoff now. The other thing was,
you're in the playoff for now. We got
a few more weeks. One thing I want to say, I don't know if you guys saw the news of the hockey player, the dude that works at Barstool, that got jumped by 6 guys at a bar. Did y'all see that?
Wait, is it former hockey player?
Former hockey player, yes. Paul Bissonnette.
Yeah.
He does TNT. Well, the guy got jumped. So he goes in, and these dudes were like antagonizing the front and was just antagonizing the front at the bar and stuff. And he kind of steps in and is like, hey, if you keep antagonizing, we're going to have a problem. Well, one dude just swung, and they just started beating him. And he supposedly stuck his own. He did his own against 6 guys. Nobody really stepped in and helped him the way it didn't sound. So I just want to give a shout out there. I mean, if you're able to do that, I know you're a hockey player, I know you're tough, but man, I mean, 1-on-6, that's pretty wild. And I wish more people would do stuff like that. I mean, people that are dirtbags just to people for no reason. So, Yeah, if you haven't seen that, Josh, you'll have to look at it. It's pretty interesting.
I'll
And
look it up when we get off
yeah,
here.
but all right, let's get into the records. Bryson's going to give his picks in the chat, but what do we got for records, Josh?
All right, here we go.
A lot to a little on my side.
Let's see. I went 4-1, which I lost the Alabama game, but I won all the rest of them. Brings my record to 39-26. Chris, you lost the Indiana game. You also went 4-1. Brings your record to 38-27. Bryson, you went 1-4. Brings your record to 35-30. And Preston, you went 3-2, which brings your record to 30-35. 2 weeks remaining. 1 game lead on Chris, 4 game lead on Bryson, 9 game lead on Preston.
So you were the only one to get the lock of the week right, too, right?
Yeah,
With
Missouri -7.5.
Missouri -7.5. Everybody else. All right. Hopefully that changed. We are 1-13 or 1-12 on the locks of the week.
Oh, I just want to say, it was damn. I want to say it was 14-9 or 10 with 8 minutes to go in that Wake Forest Miami game. Preston.
Huh?
Preston. It was 14-10 with 8 minutes to go in the Miami Wake Forest game.
Really? I didn't know that. I thought
They ended up beating them 52-10 or something. 45.
Miami is one of them slow teams, man.
45-10. I was just getting ready to circle your lock. I was like, man, this dude got the lock right. Yeah. And then
I don't know if
I looked back at it. I was like, holy crap.
I don't know.
I was watching that game, then I left to go to my buddy's house because I was riding with him to go to the wedding because it was in I think it was in Barnwell, like an hour out. And when I left, it was, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was a tie game or a 1-score game. And then when he had the Ole Miss game going, and by the time we left, I looked at my phone. I was like, "Oh shit!"
It was literally 8 minutes 16 seconds left in that game. Miami scores a touchdown, and then on the ensuing kickoff, the Deacons get it, and it's a strip sack, scoop and score, and then it just.
They've done that all season, though. They've done that all season. They've not really had but 1 or 2 games where they went out there and wiped somebody off.
Yeah, I don't know does anybody know what he's talking about here? Shout out to the Cloud.
Yeah, the cow. Somebody tried to steal a helmet, and the equipment.
Oh, I did see this.
Yeah,
I did see this. Yes,
they even they recognized him in a team meeting. They brought him up and in front of everybody. They gave him
Coach Hayes likes it. Shout out to Coach Hayes. Hope you have a good Thanksgiving, boss. Anyway, all right, let's get into the games here. We are starting out with one of the game that's a great game every year, but one of the teams is not so good this year. The former national champions of last year, Michigan, at Ohio State. Ohio State favored by 21.5. Big noon kickoff.
Criminal to have a game like this, man.
21.5. We got somebody commenting. Sorry. So how about Carolina female basketball losing their winning streak? Yeah, I did not know that. That's pretty wild. Yeah, I know they've been winning for a while. Anyway, 21.5. Preston. Who do you have? Michigan, Ohio State. A lot of points.
I'll be honest. It's so many points, and it's so difficult because it is a rivalry game. I'm kind of I don't really know exactly what side of the fence to be on. But, I mean, the Ohio State team that we watched play versus Indiana, the Michigan team that we've seen play throughout the majority of this season, they don't match up. Obviously, it's a huge game. It's at Ohio State, and it's the only reason I'm laying 21.5 here. I don't feel good about it, but I know if I take Michigan plus 21.5, Ohio State's going to beat the dog shit out of them.
I know we're still talking about the game. So you're taking Ohio State?
All right, what you got, Bryson?
Yeah, Bryson, make sure you put your pick out there. We got some comment going on the chat there. Clay asked Coach Hayes if he eat butter beans or is that a Bama thing? Coach Hayes says he's never heard of that before, he must say. Anyway, I just thought that was
don't
funny.
knock it till you try it.
Yeah.
Don't be commenting from the other room, Clay.
Yeah, come on, Clay. Just get on the stream. He's right here.
Yeah, break your ass in here, man.
He's literally right there.
It's literally behind the green screen.
No, he's in the other room. Door's closed. But anyway,
We just like move the curtain. Hey, what's up?
yeah, no, if he had the door open. Anyway, I'm going to take. This was very tough for me. I'm taking Michigan.
Boo.
I know Michigan's not great, and I know Ohio State wants to beat the crap out of them, but 21.5 is just a lot of points. Rivalry game. I think both teams come to play. I do think Ohio State probably wins this game by a good margin, but I don't know about 21.5, so I'm going to take Michigan. Josh, who you got?
Yep, I'm with you. I'm going Michigan. I think Ohio State wins this game. I think Michigan scores late to make it look a little bit better, and the scores between 14 and 17 differential there.
Bryson says, Michigan, this is a must-win for Ryan Day. If he loses this game, do you think he will be on the hot seat?
He'll be gone.
He's taking Michigan. You think if he loses, he can be gone?
Yeah, if he loses this game and don't go on and win the national – if he loses this game –
well, if he loses, they're still going to be in the playoff.
I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I think they'll still put him in. But
if he loses this game and then goes and plays in the Big Ten championship and loses to Oregon again –
oh, well, yeah, if they lose to Oregon. Yeah, that's true.
All right. So he's going with Michigan.
He's going Michigan. So, all right, we got 3 Michigans and Preston, Ohio State.
That's what I got to do to catch up.
Let's go. Another game at noon. Great game here. Probably the most interesting game of the week. Hey, South Carolina fans out there, comment in the chat here. We got South Carolina at Clemson. Clemson.
Nope. Yep. There you go.
No? Is that right?
Yeah, you had put a P in there.
A P.
You said Clemson. That's not how you say it, sir.
Oh, I'm sorry. The only college in South Carolina. My bad. Fuck you, Dabo. Anyway, Clemson -2.5. Anyway, yeah. Josh, who you got?
I just wrote it down. Give me the Gamecocks.
Taking the Gamecocks.
Yeah. Spurs they're just playing really hot right now, and I think their defensive line is going to give Club some issues.
You might as well go ahead and write the Cox down for Bryson too. Just going to go ahead and let you know that.
Well, I know it's at home for Clemson, but I think it'd be better for Clemson if it was a night game. Why is this game at 12:00, man? This damn.
That's ESPN punishing us.
Yeah, it's a 12. I mean, that's a damn 12 versus 14 game. Yeah. But I don't know. But yeah, I'm going with South Carolina. I think they're real hot right now, and I think they can see some light in that tunnel. Maybe beating Clemson, getting in to the playoffs.
Does the winner get in the playoff? Or I know Carolina might, or Clemson. They win. Do they go to the ACC championship?
We're not. The only way we go to the ACC championship game is if Miami loses to Syracuse.
And they could, because it's at Syracuse.
A Carrier Dome was a hell of a way to play.
Yeah.
All right, so you're taking.
So I know Preston's going to take Clemson.
Okay, I'm taking Carolina as well. I'm going to let Preston just go ahead and give his thoughts here in just a second. But taking Carolina as well. Like you said, they're just playing too hot. Obviously, Preston knows I probably would have took Carolina anyway, but we'll see. I mean, I think Clemson can win the game. I think Carolina. I just think Carolina, has been playing really good, and we'll see if Clemson proves me wrong here somehow as they come out and dominate this game. I mean, and win. I just don't see it. I mean, Clemson, hasn't. They haven't been consistent, man. They're just not consistent. So we'll see. Offense not consistent. We got a couple comments in the chat here. Clay Brick says, Josh, Dukes or Hellmans?
It's Hellmans.
Oh, my God. You are awful. Oh, who doesn't like it's all about the Dukes, man. As a great, he says Cox by 90. Anyway. You guys would like, oh, my God. Okay, Preston, any thoughts on the game? I know.
This great South Carolina team coming into Clemson. It's gonna be one of those great games. Hopefully, it comes into my favor. But South Carolina's playing some of the best football of anybody in the nation right now. I think where the matchup is Clemson's offensive line versus their defensive line. That thing that I posted into the chat, I was just reading it. It was a story that broke 2 hours ago, one of our offensive linemen tore his ACL in practice. So already a weak position for us due to all the injuries that we've had all season. Just added another one to it. So their defensive rush, the defensive line is I would say on the elite status. They've been getting the quarterbacks all season. So it's gonna be up to Cade to move that pocket around. Offensive line, step up, film off, hold a block if you have to allow our offense to start rolling. The two games that I think that we've struggled the most in the games this season, the two games we lost versus Louisville and versus Georgia. What did Georgia do and versus Louisville do? They contained the running backs. They stopped from us from making those big explosive plays. If South Carolina can do that, I think that's going to be a huge benefactor in the game. But I do like my chances. I love my team. I'll never pick against them in a game like this. You play all season. It doesn't really matter. This is the only game that matters in the whole grand scheme of things in this rivalry. If you really want to call it that, I think we have 30 years on them if it's considered a rivalry. But, I'm going to take the Tigers -2.5. They're home. I like my odds. I think my team's great. I think the wide receivers are great on the outside, and I think we have an advantage in some other, parts in the game. I love this team, and I think I think the noon kickoff is, it's not that bad for us. I think that kind of helps us out a little bit. We've played so many games at noon already. Just add another one to it. So I like my Tigers -2.5. I think they got a really good chance. I think, Sellers is playing great, but I think Cade's doing a lot of good things too. He's seeing the field, the way he needs to. If he needs to take off and run, he's been able to do that. If he needs to throw the ball, we know he has the arm to do it. He's one of the most decorated high school Texas players in high school football history. And we got three great receivers, Antonio Williams, and our whole other things. And I think our tight ends are great as well.
Birmingham Stool, I like him.
Brenning Stool.
Whatever. Birmingham Stool, that's what I call him. I don't know his name. Anyway.
Big win on Saturday for the Tigers.
Nice to see Ryan Day and Josh are twins.
They are.
Whatever.
All right. Anyway, let's get into the last game.
Bryson did go with South Carolina, right?
Yeah. So 3 South Carolinas, 1 Clemson there.
Hey, it's me versus you guys again. It's either going to be really good or really bad.
Yeah. Next game here. Shout out to Newsom. We got Saturday, 3:30. Notre Dame at USC. Notre Dame favored by 7.5.
Oof.
This was very conflicting for me. Another conflicting game. I'm going to start off here since I haven't. I didn't know what to do here. I did leave this one blank for a little while. Notre Dame, I as much as I hate them, I think they've been playing good football, but they haven't really played nobody. They lost to A&M early. USC's got the new quarterback in, right? Mavia or whatever.
They beat A&M early. They lost to Northern Illinois.
Excuse me. They lost to Northern Illinois. They beat A&M.
Chris.
I apologize. That's the only good team they played. This is one of the good teams. Not many other good teams they played. Anyway, I like Notre Dame, though. I think Notre Dame's playing good. But at 7.5 is what's throwing me off. Taking another dog here. I'm taking USC. I think Notre Dame wins, though. I think this – if I was a betting man, I may bet Notre Dame, but I would stay away from this game. I am a betting man, but I'm not betting on this game. Anyway, Preston, who you got?
I'm taking Notre Dame -7.5. I think they know what they need to do. Obviously, they don't get the opportunity to play in a championship game. This is their final game of the regular season. Go out, win this game by 10 points. I think they can do it. I know it is on the road. USC is kind of been up and down. They had that one good game versus Penn State when they probably should have won that game. And they've had a couple other head scratchers. I don't think this is going to be one of those things. I think Notre Dame's going to come in there. They know what they need to do. Just get the job done. Business trip. They're going to win by 10. So I like Notre Dame -7.5.
Josh.
Yeah, man. This Lincoln Riley, can make a big statement here. Kind of save face on the season that they've had out there. I think they're going to give them their best shot. I really hope Notre Dame loses this game, but my instinct and gut is telling me to take Notre Dame -7.5. But God, I hope they lose. Wouldn't hurt my feelings if they lose. So that's kind of why I'm going with Notre Dame here. That way, if they win and they win by 7 or more than a touchdown, then I feel happy because I made the correct pick. But if they lose, then I also feel happy because I hate Notre Dame. Sorry.
All right, we got Bryson Brown in the chat. He says, "Give me the Golden Helmets. They're playing some good football at the moment, and I think being on the road will be no problem for them." All right. Well, everybody taking Notre Dame but me. I don't mind that. I'm glad I took it. Shout out to Newsom. He says he'll be there.
Oh,
For
nice.
Irish. Is this the game? Is this what we were talking about? It's in Yankee Stadium. No,
No, that was
This is
last week.
50.
Well, that was last week. Oh,
He's going
Oh,
out
see,
to
he's
Southern
going to-
Cal.
oh, he's going to Southern Cal. That's right. Maybe that's why I got confused. We're talking about that game. Yeah. Bryson says, "Shout out to Clay making some fantasy moves right now. He's not in here, but he's making fantasy moves." Okay. Anyway, all right. So let's go. Last couple games here. Saturday, 3:30, the Iron Bowl, Auburn and Bama. Bama favored by 11.5. I repeat, 11.5. That's a lot of freaking points for Alabama. I know there's been some shit talk, but I just can't take them minus an 11.5. So I'm going to go Auburn here. It's always a tight game. I know Alabama could come out and stomp them, but got to go with Auburn. So I'm taking Auburn. Preston.
I am going to take Alabama minus 11.5. I think it's, a get right game for them. It sucks what happened last week, but here's the problem. It's been what Alabama team shows up. I mean, when they came on the field versus LSU, they dog walked them the entire time. They were on the road. Jalen Milroe played great. He was running the ball really well. He made some efficient passes. Weather conditions played a factor there, obviously, with it raining. But they went out there and they handled business. And then a couple weeks later, they go out there and they play the game versus Oklahoma and they play out the performance they did. So I think it is really, does Alabama play to their opponent like Josh was alluding to earlier, or do they go out there and handle business? It's a huge game for them. Obviously, it's one of the biggest rivalries in college football in all across any sport. I like Alabama's chances at home to get right. I don't know what's going to happen in that practice all the rest of the week, but I'm excited to see what happens, and I do think that they get it done. I think they can handle business.
Yeah, I think they win. Man, I've just seen so many.
If this game was on the road, I would say
I've seen this game so many times. I just feel like it's always a, interesting game. Josh, who you got?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Alabama minus 11.5. Just like Oklahoma had senior day and all that and played a part, I think, Alabama's senior day here, last home game for a lot of these players. I think they're going to play with some heart this time. I think they're going to have a good game plan. And, yeah, I think they're going to win by 2 scores.
2 scores. Bryson. Give him a second. If he ain't got it, we'll move on to the next one. We'll get his in just a second. Let's go to the final game here. Here he is. He's got it. He says, Auburn won last week to a fraud, Texas A&M. Bama is coming into this game pissed off. Spent my dollar on Bama money line.
Hey,
What the difference is? Bama ain't got Nick Saban.
Did he bet Florida money line?
No, I don't think Bryce. I don't think he does. I don't know.
No, I'm talking about last week. Last week.
No, I don't think he does because you have to bet illegally online. I don't think he don't have no legal site to bet on unless he's betting. He may have. I don't know.
I guess once he got to Florida, he could have, couldn't he?
No, I don't think it's legal in Florida either.
Oh,
maybe it is. I don't know. Anyway, let's go. Final game, night game here. Josh, one of your best games of the season, top games of the season here. 7:30, Texas at Texas A&M. Texas favored by 6.5. Josh, who you going with in this one?
6.5. Man, there's Kyle Field at night. Renewed rivalry here. Renewed this rivalry. Last time they played was 2011. Man, this is a hard game to pick.
It is.
Because I do think Texas A&M was looking ahead. That's why I think they let Auburn get on them like that. Man. I'm gonna go A&M.
I'm gonna
Plus
agree.
6.5.
I went A&M as well, so I got written down. Went back and forth on this a little bit. Like Josh said, Saturday A&M, I think they're looking ahead a little bit. Texas, you know, they're up and down a little bit. I just don't know. I just feel like you said, looking ahead, and I'm not a full believer in Texas. I know they hadn't really played nobody, so my opinion still.
Well, you got Ewers getting MRIs on his ankle and stuff.
That's true, but I mean, what's the big difference? I mean, Arch Manning's, it's not a huge difference. We'll see, but Preston, who you got?
I'm down in the rankings. Every little game matters, and you guys both took Texas A&M. This will be the third game. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I'm going to be different from you guys. Give me Texas. Got to pick with where I need to be at here.
If you weren't picking, who would you really go with? Though? I'm just curious.
We're all tied.
Take Texas.
I think I would probably still lean on the Texas side. I think at moments they've looked like a better team than Texas A&M.
Jesus Christ, Bryce! Oh
What
my
Bryce say?
damn!
Horns down on my grave, son. I hate them too, dude. That should have played a part in my
horns
pick.
up.
That should have played a part in my pick, dude. I can't stand that stuff, dude. And then the midnight yell they do down there, where they get out there at midnight in the stands and start mocking the other team and have these guys walk around acting crazy and stupid. What the hell? But Bryce is going Texas.
Yeah, we'll leave it at that. Texas. So we got me and Josh going A&M. They going Texas. Lock of the week. Bryson, I hope you got a lock in there. Throw your lock in.
Let me get my red.
Preston, you mentioned yours. Or no, Josh, excuse me. Josh, you mentioned yours at the beginning.
Yeah, Missouri -3 over Arkansas.
That's dirty work, dude.
Let me pull it up here just in case. -3 against Arkansas. Preston, who you going with?
Is that legit? Is that the right line?
I got to find it. I was going to go ahead and get Preston's while we're doing it. Preston, who you got?
I'm looking forward to see if this team can win 9 games this season. They're playing a rival, obviously. It's on the road. We were talking about this team a little earlier. I like Duke -4 at Wake Forest. I think they've shown me a little bit of offensive prowess. I think they're able to take some points off the board. They got a good defense there. I like Duke to win that game -4 over Wake Forest.
I like it.
All right, so it's Duke -4.5. Still going 4.5.
Yep.
Okay, -4.5 for Duke, and then what do we say? Missouri
-3.
-3. Missouri. What time's that game? Anybody know? Looking
3:30, I think.
Here it is. Yes, -3 for Missouri.
All
All right. Bryson. Who did Bryce say? Bryson, are you going South Carolina? Is that what you're saying? You can leave it at that. Clay says Cox. I don't know. Bryson will give his in just a second. So I had 3 here I wrote down. I'm going to we'll decide as a team here what we think the best one is here. I had Kansas -1.5. I think they're playing Baylor, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I was that was one. Kansas is hot right now. It is 1.5 on here. That is one. I had Oklahoma +6. Who are they playing again? I looked at it earlier.
At LSU.
At LSU. That was one I'm not fully, but LSU sucks, man. LSU's awful. And Oklahoma's got a good defense. And then the 2 favorites one were probably Kansas in this one. Boston College and Pittsburgh, who absolutely screwed me last week.
I've seen that.
Over 48.5. I think that's a low number. So, what would you guys?
I like the Kansas pick, mainly because Oklahoma's at Baton Rouge, and I don't know, and they coming off a huge victory where they partied and.
All right, Kansas -1.5. You like that one, Preston?
Yeah.
And that's Baylor, right?
Say again.
That's at Baylor.
That is at Baylor, yes.
Kansas -1.5.
Bryson, who's your pick? Lock of the week. Hurry up before we go.
Come on, Bryson.
If you did join tonight, make sure you like, subscribe, please. We got Bryson says The over 44.5 in Florida versus Florida
Florida better
State.
score a lot of points because
Woo!
Florida State ain't doing shit.
Over. Is
It
that the
is
line?
low, though.
Is that line on your page?
I'm looking. What time is that game?
Yeah, I don't think Florida State's going to score that many points.
It is 45.5. Do we still want to go 45.5? There's a whole point.
That's a lot of points. I don't think Florida State's scoring that many points, and Florida's defense is looking
Hold
pretty
on.
good.
Do we have a veto? Do we have the second veto?
I'm going to have to veto that one. I don't
Oh,
think
we got a veto.
Vetoing.
We got a
Yeah.
veto.
I'm sorry, Bryson. I think you guys wiped the floor with them. But I don't think that you guys are scoring 38 points, and I don't think they're scoring 14.
All right, Bryson says, let me change it. Clay Rick says, I have a better chance of hitting my Thanksgiving lineup tomorrow for 10K. Anyway, yeah. If you did join tonight, though, while Bryson's making his pick, make sure you like, subscribe.
I got a real quick rant while we're waiting.
Go ahead. While we're waiting on him, go ahead.
There's just somebody in my damn neighborhood here who has got a goddamn Boss Mustang, and there's speed bumps in my neighborhood. Why would you, like, when you come down past my house this way, you're coming to a stop sign. It ain't that bad. But when you turn onto this road and there's a speed bump right up here, dude, he just floors it, and the motor is just so damn loud. It's ridiculous, dude. It's just, and it's all day long. It's not just, hey, I'm gonna go.
I don't understand people who's got that shit anyway.
I'm going to work and then I'm coming home. It's not that. This motherfucker's like, I don't know if he's running some drugs or what he's doing. It's like he's going to Dollar General every 15 minutes. It's all day long, and he runs this Mustang. He just thinks it's the best thing in the world. And I guess it's a Boss Edition Mustang. That's what I would guess. But yeah, it's just, he floors it. And it's like, dude, you're not even going to get up. Were you seeing how fast you can get up in 100 yards? Because it's 100 yards from the stop sign to the damn speed bumps, 100 yards.
We had at our office, we built a fence back there because we had people flying through, neighbors flying through, and going through the back area, and just like didn't pay attention to anywhere where anybody was. Just like we'd be walking.
I mean, there's a lot of roads around here to drive fast on. Why you got to do it in the neighborhoods?
Yeah. Anyway, Bryson, I think you picked the pick you were talking about, Purdue plus 29. I like that one.
I like it.
I like that one better. What time's that game? Let's see. Let me make sure it's 29.
Is that at Indiana?
I don't know yet. I'm looking for the game. Indiana, Purdue. Where the hell we at? Indiana, Purdue.
That's a 7:00 game. 12.
It must be a night game. Yes, it is 29. It's at Indiana.
At Indiana. Another little thing I want to bitch about is Indiana's coach. You're down in that game against Ohio State. You go on a 7.5-minute drive just to try to make the score look better when you need to be trying to win. Dude, time is of the essence, and you go on a 7.5-minute drive to score a meaningless touchdown. I don't know, man. I don't like that guy. That guy gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Indiana's still in it, ain't it?
Yeah,
I just don't like that. Like, I get being confident and cocky about what you've done all season, but just something about him, just kind of like
he's a
when they lost, dude. It's like, come on, dude. Like,
I'll be honest.
I get that you've got a good track record, but you're not playing.
He's a weasel, dude. They're gonna get in the playoffs, and I hope the hell they get to play Boise State. Boise State just mops them up, son. I hope Genty runs for 350 yards.
I don't think Boise State can mop up many teams, though.
I think they can mop up Indiana.
Indiana wouldn't throw the ball pissed off.
They might beat us.
I mean, if your team's got a hard time stopping the run, they
damn right.
Yeah.
He'll fucking run all over you.
Genty can take over a game now.
Okay, speaking of him, who is the Heisman frontrunner? I keep seeing like 3 different
They say Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter's like the favorite.
I don't get that. He's not even the best at either position.
That bothers me. That bothers me so bad. And the only reason that he is because he's playing for Deion Sanders, and they keep advocating for it, and I just don't see it. Ashton Genty, to me, should win the Heisman. I know he plays in weaker competition, but he's putting up.
No way Travis wins. I hate to tell you, I don't
week
think so either. But I mean, I think Travis is going to win. I don't think he should, but I think he's going to win.
And I literally said it last week. I said if Colorado loses a game and Boise State wins, that we will hopefully the odds will like move around and be correct.
Let me look at the odds real
but
quick.
hell no, it didn't. It didn't change at all. Actually, I'm pretty sure it doubled even more for him.
No, I think it went better towards him. But let me look at it while we're talking. Bryson says rigged as hell. Ashton Genty all the way.
Well, one thing that turns me off is the whole podcast thing of him boasting himself on the podcast. I just don't. That's not what the Heisman's about.
I'm not so much concerned about what he does because sell yourself, do it, whatever that's your platform. Sell yourself. I'm not worried about him. It's more the media that's like, oh my God, Travis Hunter played 130 snaps. Okay,
so Travis Hunter is minus 800 right now.
Yeah,
right now. That's a high favorite. Genty is plus 600.
Yeah.
And who else is on there?
Cam Ward plus 1,400. Dylan Gabriel plus 5,000. That's pretty much.
Those will be the four in New York. Those will be the four guys in New York.
Everybody else is like Will Howard and Shedeur Sanders is the next guy. And they're both plus.
But I think Will Howard. I mean, he's played pretty good.
Yeah. I just think. I mean, if it wasn't Deion Sanders, I would if I was a betting man, I would probably put it a little bit on Genty to win. I mean, plus 600, that's good odds. It's just throwing me off that the odds have moved so much to
Colorado.
They're going to give.
Who do they play as their rival?
I don't know. Who is a rival for Colorado?
I'll look it up right now.
I mean, they played a lot of big. I mean, what's supposed to be a big game. I will say Colorado's proved me wrong. I mean, they played some games I didn't think they were going to win this season. So I do say that, but I just I mean,
don't look it up. Do not look it up. Do not look it up. Don't look it up. I don't want you to look it up. Don't look it up.
Why?
Don't look it up.
What are we arguing about here?
Don't look it up. Don't look it up because they're playing.
While we're waiting, we got one person in the chat says one thing that turns me off is mayonnaise and butter beans.
Come on, man. Try it out. Might get rid of your flu. You won't be able to taste it anyway, buddy.
You probably smell it. Yeah, you probably smell it. It might.
He won't be able to taste it anyway. But yeah, I looked it up.
He said Oklahoma State.
Yeah. Oklahoma State. And they have, I mean, the Big 12 is totally flipped up from what we thought it was going to be. Utah and Oklahoma State at the bottom. And, I mean, we thought it was going to be Utah, Oklahoma State, and Kansas. Like, that's what we thought. And look, Arizona State. Where the hell did they come from? And who's their coach? He's 34. He looks 12.
What happened to Herman? Wasn't he the coach at Arizona State? I don't even know.
He
played to win the game.
Yeah, they let him go like last year.
I didn't know that. I thought he was still coaching. Why is he not on TV?
I keep saying these things about
you play to win the game.
I didn't know that you could do this, but I keep saying these things about the Big 12 not making the playoffs at all.
Yeah, in theory, if there's not a ranked team, whoever wins it, if it's not ranked.
Yeah, they're talking about Boise State and Tulane.
Yeah. It's not a guaranteed. It's not a guaranteed. If you win the conference championship, you're in. You need to win the conference and be one of the higher ranked teams, so that way you can get that first round.
So you have to win. So you have to win the conference, not the conference championship. Conference championship don't matter, right?
Conference championship.
Yeah, you have to be the conference.
So I'm just saying
the 4 highest ranked conference champions get the first round bye. It doesn't matter what conference you're in.
Conference you're in.
My point is, what I'm saying is, if Texas A&M was unranked and they beat Georgia, would they get in?
Well, they wouldn't get a first round bye because
they would still get in
the playoffs. But it's the 4 highest conference champions. It doesn't matter.
If you win the conference championship, you're in.
More than likely, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't know if it was
doesn't mean you get automatic first round bye. It's the 4 highest ranked conference champions.
So, but they're like I seen somebody said put Boise State and Tulane in and Big 12's out completely.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw ESPN post up something earlier. and it was like there's a potential that the Big 12 doesn't have a team in it.
I will get Matt to try that tomorrow. And what I want you to try is to get off your phone from in the other room and come in here and show your face on the live stream of C&B Sports. You too good for C&B Sports, bud? Come on, man. Let's see the famous Clay Rick. All the comments.
Anyway,
he's got one loss in fantasy football. He just took that loss. He's got the bye in fantasy football playoffs. He's the favorite to win it all. He's got a stacked team. Come on, Clay Rick. Come on down. Make an entrance like a WWE. I want to hear some glass breaking and mankind music. Mankind music. Come in with the sock on your hand.
Anyway, all right. If you did join tonight and listen to the podcast on Spotify, make sure you like, subscribe on YouTube, download it on Spotify, Apple Podcast. He said, "I can't. I'm in the bed."
Okay, you're in the bed.
Oh, in the bed. I hear y'all. I hear you in there. Y'all in the bed.
All right, Bryson. If you're still here, I just want to.
He says Clay still owes me $2.79 for that Wendy's chicken sandwich. So after we left the casino, after Bryson won $800, he bought Wendy's for us.
Now he wants the money back. He just spent all that money down in Gainesville. Came back with the flu. Got to feeling bad. Now he's thinking about what he bought y'all.
All right. Anyway,
no, I got something to say to Bryson now. Yeah. Bryson, tomorrow, if y'all got some dry butter beans, some speckled butter beans, some lima beans, I want you to put.
Bryson hates mayonnaise regardless, so he's not going to.
Put your little drop of mayonnaise in there, mix it up, and put your cornbread beside it. Let the juice run onto the cornbread, and just eat it, man. Eat it. Try it. It's so damn good. It's so good. Next time y'all come down here, that's what I'm gonna have, a crock pot full of damn butter beans and I'll even put.
I'm not a butter bean guy in general.
I love butter beans,
dude. Y'all just have to try it. Just
try hawk in there, get all that flavor.
Just try it once, man. What are y'all doing for Thanksgiving? What are you doing, Preston?
So I'm going to my dad's tomorrow, and I'm going to my mom's on Friday in Atlanta.
Okay. What are you? I guess y'all are eating there, Clay. Are we curious?
No, we go to my grandma's.
Your grandma's house.
Yeah, my grandma's in the hospital, but
what's Bryson gonna be doing? He gonna be bedridden tomorrow?
Yeah, he'll be in bed, I'm sure.
Damn, boy. If I was closer, I'd bring you a plate, Bryson.
Yeah.
Those mayo.
I don't want the flu. So
yeah, I'd have mayo on the beans for sure.
All right. Appreciate you watching. If you're listening, and go back and watch us on YouTube. Appreciate you watching. Have a happy Thanksgiving. Peace. All right. Bob, what did you say, Clay? He said if Florida don't cover, Bryson has to do
it. What's it, 16.5?
Bryson never has con. He thinks they're going to lose the way it sounds.
Is it at Florida State?
I don't know. I didn't even look. I think it might be. Got the oh.
Boy, could you imagine the downfall if Michigan somehow pulls that off Saturday?
It would be cool to see, though.
And I mean, they got some good players on the defensive line, man. Ohio State's got too many playmakers.
Yeah.
Who's Oregon got? Oregon plays Oregon State.
I'll tell you what, how about these great NFL Thanksgiving games we have tomorrow? I mean, aren't they just freaking amazing?
We got a pretty good one tomorrow night, don't we? What we got? Green Bay and Miami.
It's gonna be snowing. Miami ain't gonna be able to move the ball.
It's snowing up there. I'm gonna have to put some things around in my lineup then.
Yeah, Miami ain't gonna be able to move the ball. They say it's snowing or it's gonna be really cold in there. Bryson does damn butterbeans on live stream. I'll give him his sandwich money back. Maybe we'll do that as a challenge. We should.
You need to do that. You haven't done that in a while, Chris. Y'all haven't done that. Y'all haven't done the golf show anymore.
I said, hey, I'm down anytime.
Hey, y'all need to do like a food channels challenge.
Well, we used to do the Madden simulations or the college football simulations, and the loser would have to do I'd have a team, Bryson have a team, and the loser would have to eat something or hot challenge. I
want to see one of y'all eat one of those damn.
We'll do one.
Peppers.
Bryson, we got a plan for that.
Our Carolina Reaper.
He
It might
said,
clean up his
"You have a good
sinuses.
night." Mayonnaise and hey, that'll be the next challenge. Mayonnaise and butter beads. Maybe we'll do that. Maybe hey, I tell you what. Maybe if we can in time, maybe we'll do a simulation of the college football playoffs, and like we'll get a team. Preston, you can join in too if you want. Get a team. We'll have a simulation or something. I don't know. We'll
I already
talk
played
about
you
it.
in a college football game,
Okay.
dude.
Not playing each other. We ain't playing each other. We're simulating the game. See who's gonna win.
Simulate.
You get a team and I get a team. Yeah,
Simulate.
simulate.
We're gonna simulate the game.
Yes. He said
All
that. So we did a dog treat. If you haven't seen that one, Josh.
Oh,
He said
man.
that. Bryson threw up on.
Dude, was it one of those dry ones? You should have got one of those jerky
It was
ones.
a bone. It was dog bone.
Oh, man.
I wouldn't be able to do the wet
Dirty
dog.
dog.
I couldn't do the wet dog.
No,
I'd
it's
rather.
a jerky one that looks like beef jerky.
Oh yeah. No, I wanted. Yeah, we did like an actual dog bone.
Oh, my God.
Is that video on YouTube somewhere?
Yeah, it's one of the NBA games. Yeah, it's somewhere.
Find that, please, and put that in the chat. I want to watch that.
Yeah, I'll find it.
Put it in the
All
chat.
right. If you are on the live stream, hope everybody has a happy Thanksgiving. Bryson, hope you feel better. What did he say? He
I gotta
said
figure out
Chris
something for dinner.
took that raw egg and hot sauce like a man. Yeah, we got a few on there.
That ain't
Anyway.
that bad. Raw egg and hot sauce, that ain't that bad.
I've eaten a raw egg before. It not that great. Not that bad, but not that great.
Peace out. Have a happy Thanksgiving, everybody.